I finally had the opportunity to see Nightmare on Elm Street the other day. Uh, I mean, Black Phone 2. Here's my review. Up next at Mark at the Movies. So finally got the opportunity to see Black Phone 2 the other day, directed by Scott Derrickson and starring Mason Thames, Ethan Hawke, and Madeline McGraw. And before we begin the review, of course, I had to do my research with Black Phone 1. Never saw it. The mask that Ethan Hawke wore in the trailers of the first one scared me to death, and I didn't want to go see another horror movie, so I didn't see it. What a mistake! The first Black Phone movie it's an incredible, legendary horror film that really leans into really important topics. And what a great film it is. Just want to mention that before we get into Black Phone 2. So, Black Phone 2, is it good? Yeah, it's pretty good. It's a worthwhile sequel. Now, that being said, it really rips off Nightmare on Elm Street with about 65% of the runtime leaning right into serial killer who's murdered by parents or the kids in this case, and serial killer comes back to haunt their dreams where the dreams become real. So, I mean, really just a copy and paste, which, in some ways is okay. It's been a long time since Nightmare on Elm Street's been a thing. This is kind of an interesting, very, very soft reboot into that kind of fantasy or horror, if you will. So, kind of okay with it. So, what is it about? Well, Black Phone 2 picks off where the first one does with Ethan Hawke's grabber character. Spoilers for the first one, being defeated, killed by Mason Thames' character Finney and Madeline McGraw's character Gwen, and they're dealing with the fallout of that entire awfulness of the first movie. And the two characters, in my opinion, are switched here. So brother and sister, where Finney's character was the main character in the first one. Really, Gwen, in many ways, is the main character in this one with her dreams, with her connection to her mother, and with how the grabber is going after the sister to really get at Finney, who murders the grabber in the first one. Sorry, spoilers. Oops. So, anyways, uh, and kudos to Scott Derrickson. Scott Derrickson really did a great job of the way the movie looks when you get into the dream sequences, the fuzziness and the graininess of the lens on this, or whatever they do to make the lens in the cinematography in this. Really, really cool. It looked like the 80s. It looked dingy and different. I mean, really well done. The acting in this is top notch. Derrickson is having himself quite the run with whether it's Doctor Strange or the Emily Rose movie. He does really good with horror light. I would say really well done. So good job with Scott Derrickson. But the movie itself, I really loved the brother sister combo in the first one, and they're equally as good in this. I think the major problem here is, did we need a sequel? Was there more to tell here? I think they stretched it out. Did they do a good job of stretching it out and kind of making everything connect? Yeah, they did. And it's a worthwhile sequel. Really well done. Madeline McGraw is the standout here. She's excellent as Gwen. Mason Thames is probably on par with his performance in the first one as Finney. Ethan Hawke, wow, you got to give him props. He really takes a back seat here. You never really see his face in this one, and I think I've heard he's up for a third one. Some of the secondary characters in here are really wasted, but I really enjoyed the themes here. More Christian themes in here, and certainly more searching for, well, what happens when we die? What happens when we move on? And is it terrifying? Is it good? Is there light? Is there dark? And kind of the questions that come with that. Certainly some scary pieces in this as well. But like I said, because of my age and because I grew up with Nightmare on Elm Street, I kept going back to, okay, this is just kind of a Nightmare on Elm Street ripoff done well. And honestly, the end of the film, you have some questions about how does this work? What's real? What's not? What are we doing? How are we doing it? When are we doing it? Some of the rules they've established seem to go out the window to make the end more exciting. Uh, Enjoyed it. Certainly, there's going to be a Black Phone 3 and 4. I would guess they're going to move more towards the Grabber as being the new Freddy Krueger, and we're going to end up getting the Grabber in space, the Grabber in, car racing, the Grabber in Egypt, and it's going to be it's going to be crazy probably. Well, what do you think? Did you get to see Black Phone 2? Do you like the series? I would say in this film, I'd give it a solid 3 stars. Really enjoyed it. It was a worthy sequel. But let's talk about it. Let's talk about Black Phone. Let's talk about Black Phone 2. Let's talk about that series of films. Do you like horror? Let's movies. Let's go to the movies at Mark at the movies.